Alright, the only new Pokemon you can find here on this route is Tangela. Now, Tangela, as you can see there, is the only pure grass type in this entire game. And honestly, it's not even worth it. I mean, sure, it's kind of cool in terms of, it's the only pure grass type in the game, but it's not really worth it. I mean, it's, decent, I guess. Mainly uses Wrap and Constrict and, stuff like that, but don't even bother with this one. Not even worth it. Alright, Electrode. You can get it in this trade, as you can see there, as we, went over just a little bit ago. It's not even worth it, man. You gotta be a dumbass if you want to do this trade. If you want Electrode, just evolve a Voltorb, for Christ's sake. But the only good thing about Electrode is that it is the fastest Pokemon in the entire game. And that's literally it. It's guaranteed to get one good hit, and then it's pretty much a goner from there. So, I wouldn't even bother trying to, giving up a Raichu. Raichu is definitely a lot better than Electrode. I wouldn't even do this one. Alright, remember those fossils that we got all the way back in Mount Moon? Well, we can finally resurrect them. So, if you have the Helix fossil, you will obtain an Omanyte. Now, Omanyte is, really slow, but it has really good special attack, I have to admit. It also has really good, has pretty good defenses too. So if you want a good defensive and really a powerful special water type attacker, that's, rare and unique, you can't go too bad with this guy. If you give this guy the Dome Fossil, you will get Kabuto. Now Kabuto is pretty much the complete opposite of Omanyte, with it being really fast and pretty good physical attack. Although its defenses are they're kind of sucky. But, it's a pretty decent fast attacker, I have to admit. Now, I personally prefer Omanyte, but, that's just me. When you get both of these Pokemon, you will get them at level 30. Which is pretty nice, because they evolve in 10 levels. So you can have a fully evolved Omastar or Kabutops, honestly, like, right now. Don't worry guys, we have one more fossil to go over. If you snuck into the backside of the Pure City Museum, you obtain the Old Amber, which if you give it to the scientist, you will get Aerodactyl. Now when it comes to the Gen 1 prehistoric Pokemon, Aerodactyl is probably the best one out of all three of them. But, then again, I will also say that Omanyte is a bit better for my taste. But Aerodactyl is, very fast and very powerful and, mainly with good physical attack. So, and plus it can fly. So if you need something that can fly and cut and, all those HMs it can learn, he's your guy. Alright, we have a short little list of new Pokemon here in the Pokemon Mansion. So first up, we have Ponyta. Now, Ponyta and its evolved form are the fastest fire type in the entire game. So, if you really need a good fast fire type, Ponyta and its evolved form are your guy. Although, even though it's really good in physical attack, it has no fire moves that can really benefit it. All they really have is Fire Spin and Ember. But they have really high attack, but not real high special attack. Make that make sense. Up next is Grimer. Now, Grimer is really good in the special defense department. So if you need a good special defensive wall, yeah, Grimer is pretty good. I'd say he's decent at best. But, there's definitely better special defensive poison types out there. And in fact, we're about to go over one here in pretty much right now. And right now, we're going to go over Grimer's evolved form, Muck. Muck is pretty much the same thing as Grimer, although, it's a lot bigger and more powerful. And if you need a good special defensive poison type, this is your guy. You can take a Psychic hit pretty damn well. When it comes to physical defense, not so much. So if you're trying to fight one of these guys, either a Grimer or Muck, hit it with a physical attack. That's where they're weak. So, Earthquake away. Up next is Koffing. Now, Koffing is kind of like Grimer in its evolved form, but it's pretty much the complete opposite. Koffing is good in the physical defense. So if you need a good, powerful physical wall, Koffing in its evolved form are your guy. You know? Even though it can clearly, you know, hover just like in the anime, in its evolved form, it can still get hit with an earthquake. And it won't be fixed until Gen 3, but, you know, at least they fixed it eventually. Up next is Koffing's evolved form, Weezing. Now, same rules kind of apply with this one. It's kind of in the same thing as Muck, but in, you know, opposite. If you need a really good physical wall, Weezing is your guy. And plus, you know, watching it explode all the time in the anime, especially in the original series used by James, you know, got a little time for that. So yeah, good physical wall. If you need one, it's a good poison type. Have at it. Even though in this game, even though it can, you know, obviously hover, it can still be hit with an earthquake. So yeah. And last up we have Magmar, which is exclusive to Blue. So if you're playing the Blue version, you can be able to find it in the wild and catch it for yourself. Now Magmar kind of sticks up to me as it has a very cool appearance in the anime, where it was summoned out of a damn volcano, thanks to, you know, to Blaine. But it's actually a pretty decent fire type. I mean, it's not like, you know, like the GOAT fire type of this generation, not like, you know, for most people, whether it be like Ninetales, Arcanine, or Charizard. But it's definitely up there as one of the best fire types of this generation. It's pretty good.